Off their deepest ever run in the CONCACAF Champions League. Now that's over, it's time for a first MLS win of the season. New England Revolution are in town as the sides square off for the only time this season.
He stays out wide, Rosales back in on that right side. Shari Joseph starts against his former club that he made such a great name for himself. Exactly, they'll be looking for goals from Benson and Toha up front. Kellen Rowe, Federal Way native, out on the left-hand side. Lee Wynn, creative player, just needs to be a little bit more effective.
And here we go. Seattle with a changed lineup up front. Shari Joseph in his first MLS start for the Sounders against the team he spent 10 years with.
See early on New England deciding that they're going to let the Sounders play a little bit out of the back and then put the pressure on. They don't believe that Steve Zakuani and Lamar Nagel are a huge threat in the air. So that's the tricky part. The Sounders are going to have to find those gaps and let the guys run into it to keep possession up front.
Zakuani, chance for a shot. First save for Bobby Shuttleworth. First look at Steve Zakuani down the middle for Seattle. He started the game against Santos Laguna up front.
Well, it comes from the pressure from Ozzie Alonso and winning the ball back in a nice position for the Sounders. Steve comes inside, very positive, decides, hey, let's get the crowd involved and take a shot from the top of the box. And good start from the Sounders early on.
Last night, Federal Way High School retired his number 2 jersey. Terrific nod to the 21-year-old who scored a bucket load of goals for them. Here's Nagel, the other Federal Way man. He's got Zakuani herring up. He can find him here. Zakuani can't quite finish as Gonçalves makes a brilliant block.
Well, it's an absolute fantastic block from Gonçalves. Excellent work from Lamar Nagel, just in determination and sheer presence. Wins the ball, uses his pace to create a little bit of distance. Excellent weighted ball across the field to Steve Zakuani, break that invisible barrier, and it looked like Lamar Nagel had done just enough.
Rosales corner, headed away by Wynn. Alonso will strike it! Oh! Well, it very nearly went through the net. The home crowd thought it was in. Ozzie Alonso with a fearsome effort. When he scores, they're spectacular. I think some of the crowd still think it's in.
You can will it all you want, but if it doesn't quite breach the net, it doesn't breach it. So, excellent first clearance. Ozzie takes it off the half volley. It looked like a save from Shuttleworth, but in the end, referee deems that it hits the top of the roof of the net.
He's not really had much to do so far, has he?
No, not at all. And I always enjoyed those games as a goalkeeper when I was just back there organizing and cleaning up a few things in the back, and because it usually means that my team's on the front foot. And now it's just a matter of finding the back of the net and to really relieve that pressure and let these fans celebrate.
The Sounders with a very encouraging performance against Santos Laguna. There, Gonçalves through for Steve Zakuani. Real chance for Zakuani. Terrific save by Bobby Shuttleworth as the goal opened up.
Gonçalves does an excellent job of working hard to get back and put pressure on Steve and allow his goalkeeper time to narrow the angle and stay big.
And on his outside, finds Nagel instead, who's offside. And if he'd left that one for Yedlin, as Yedlin is pointing out to him, Seattle might have been in.
Yeah, those are the situations when you have a group that really hasn't played together much. Once again, excellent job from the New England Revolution defense to see that Lamar Nagel was making that run and just stepped him off into an offside position. And as you said earlier, Ross, I think the pass was really going to Yedlin. And those are the difficulties when you play and you have situations where you're playing players out of position, but for the most part I think it's been a lot more positive than negative.
Here's Juan Toha as Sperling comes out to meet him. And that one landing on the roof of the net, and that was the best chance for New England Revolution, and it came to their creative Colombian.
After opening, Sounders are getting a little bit more desperate to get the goal. They're leaving some spaces for New England to hit the counter, and it's just the odd pass has just been missing for New England, or the odd finish, the odd cross, but opportunities are being a little bit more apparent at both ends.
Space for Zakuani. Now Yedlin. Two in the box for Alonso. And now for Rosales. Nagel comes near post. He's got space. Vital header away by AJ Soares, because Lamar Nagel had all the time to measure a shot. New England away. Well, he tried to keep his feet. New England will choose to counter-attack. Well read. Back comes Seattle. Rosales. Nagel. Joseph moving into the box. Deflected cross. Rosales trying the acrobatics. Still alive. Nagel. That's beautifully done by Lamar Nagel. Still might be there. Shuttleworth can only parry. And it's much easier for him at the second attempt.
And all those opportunities stemmed from New England on the counterattack trying to play a short ball. You can't play a short ball. You see the attempted overhead kick, and then the effort for Seattle just to keep the ball alive at the top of the box. Excellent little move from Lamar Nagel. Whips across and a little bit too close to Shuttleworth, who parries the ball up and is able to collect at the second attempt.
Lund's had plenty of touches since coming on. It's Yedlin taking on Lee Win. Got Alonso behind him. Lund with the 1-2. Still there, Philip Lund. 4 in the box for him if he can work across. Using Kasky. Now the cross arrives from Yedlin. Flicked on by Rosales. Nagel with the shot. Didn't really get hold of it. Well worked opportunity by Seattle.
It was well worked. You thought maybe for a little bit the chance was going to go begging, with lots of little combination plays on this right-hand side. And good cross in from Yedlin. Good near post run and flick, and
the tremors along the back line, but it's okay. And now the Sounders trying to make good on that. Lund will chase it down, and Farrell will try and get it out for a throw in. And that will be the last action of the match. It finishes Seattle Sounders 0, New England Revolution 0. Handshakes from the coaches.